Welcome, modern day mystics, fellow truth seekers, James and Justin, back again with another reaction video. And we're going to do something a little bit different. It has been a while since we have reacted to a political video. Now we know that our audience, we have a vast audience from people all around the world who watch our show. So maybe you can, relate to some of the political stuff that we're going to talk about in this one. This has to do with boring old Canadian politics. But I think what's going on here resonates around the world. What we're going to look at here is actually an attack ad on the guy who's in power right now, which is Justin Trudeau. This video is done by the Conservative Party, which is the opposition to the Liberals.
Yeah.
And it was released during, the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Oh man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so a good time when a lot of Canadians are watching television to see this. So I think I've said enough here. We're gonna get into this short, quick ad here, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's time for a change in this country, my friends. A real change.
That was quick and fast, but straight to the point. Mm-hmm. I think in terms of what it's trying to accomplish, it probably did the right thing. Mm-hmm. Because I think what it does is it kind of like shows in like the harshest form possible, like what is the results of maybe policy and things that have created the outcomes. Now, I didn't just want to talk about that. I wanted to kind of like go beyond just the obvious of like people are struggling. But as a spiritual channel, what is our role in all of this? Because some people say people who are involved in spirituality are flaky. All they do is talk about, like manifesting your wildest dreams and doing this. But like when it comes down to brass tacks, like what are you doing? What are you contributing? And what's the role there?
Yeah, well, sometimes I'm sure spiritual people can be, in a nutshell, flaky.
Yeah.
But what do you do when you realize the limits of certain things? To me, I'm like, I'm going to have probably a divergent perspective on this because I'm like,
well, you tend to go to the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah,
I'm
like, okay, amazing how much damage one guy can do. And right there in that statement, people are like, oh, you're fucking idiot. That's not what it's about. But amazing how much damage one guy can do. Clearly, it's not one guy.
Yeah.
And then people go, well, yeah, that is the problem. There's this age of bullshit. I can't understand why with so much, like, why is it so hard for him to be like, okay, everybody doesn't like me. I'll get out of here then. Like, it's complex beyond my reach,
Yeah.
And sometimes what people want you to do is like, look, man, there's a line in the sand. Just pick a side. Don't be an ineffectual like slug there. But the bottom line here is that this is not just this has felt like a long 9 years of this. There's been 9-year runs of politicians in the past, but this has felt like a long 9 years, and we're not the only political system that's been like crazy the last 9 years.
Oh yeah,
like Trump got in right around the same time.
What you're seeing on that video, which was showing 10 cities and stuff like that, that is all around the world. Like not in every country, but there are a lot of places that are struggling right now. Like after like COVID, things got really bad in a lot of countries and stuff like that. And a lot of people sense that there was corruption involved. But I actually don't want to even go so much into that. This kind of actually got me thinking about community and the people that you're surrounded by. And I actually can feel the tension in people, the anxiety, because I'm in a job where I talk to people all over the place. I'm constantly talking to different people when in my travels. And they're all feeling the pinch right now. We're living in a hard time, and they're feeling the pinch, and they want an ear. They want to hear a lot. Sometimes people just want to vent. And, sometimes, allowing someone to vent out all their frustration about a certain situation. And, things are cyclical, man. There's a time for everything. This too shall pass, whatever we're going through right now. And I think that humanity will, transcend into the next realm beyond this, where we're going.
Okay. Well, that's a hopeful message. You know, I guess we could just leave it there. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to say here because I don't like the idea of having like somebody leaving kicking and screaming. It's like if the people don't want you there, then maybe you shouldn't be there. But obviously there's got to be some people that still want him in there.
Well, I'm shocked. Like, can you imagine being I would hate to be in politics, man, where everyone hates you. It doesn't matter what you do. And I don't necessarily think that the next guy who gets in power is just going to be,
Stephen Harper
fix everything.
Did anyone who hated Stephen Harper? He was. Yeah. I felt when Trudeau got in, it almost felt like everybody was like, "I'm bored of safety and normalness." And this guy's promising pot. It's been a while since I smoked some weed. Let's do that. Let's go with the guy that's going to legalize pot, and he did do that.
Yeah,
he did do that.
Yeah.
So for those of you, that's what you wanted from him, he did do it. But these are the
costs,
the consequences of something like that happening.
Yeah.
And I don't think it should be some heavy cost for something like that. I don't think it should be like, you wanted this, so now you got to suffer. I don't like that mentality. But I think it would be nice if we could move on from this into whatever the majority of people want next. But it's hard for me to sit there and judge things so black and whitely because I know that it's complicated. It's not, people arrive at conclusions at different times. You got to kind of give space for people to go, okay, I thought that was right. That's not right. Time to move on and course correct.
It feels like the writing's on the wall for Trudeau. I would be shocked if by some miracle he ended up in the polls are way outscaled right now. But who knows, man? Polls have been wrong in the past. But we'll have to see. And I think if I could leave one last message out there is during the hard times, let's be kind to each other. And what was that? Empathetic listening. We had reacted to some video and that term had come back. Empathetic listening. Sometimes people just need to get it out, and being the ear there.
There's no perspective that's ultimate either. There are people where this is exciting times. I know it's hard to believe, and that might even anger you. But there's some people that are in a different situation, and they're starting off exciting endeavors in their life.
Yeah,
it's not just there are people who are hurt by change alone. There's some people that are like, I don't like change. But in case you haven't noticed, everything changes all the time. You can't cryogenically freeze, this sort of thing. But societies change over time,
Yeah.
And then we hopefully learn from that. And hopefully we don't make too catastrophic mistakes along the way. Nothing we can't second think and dial back.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for, being with us on this political one. We don't do them too often. If you did like it, leave a comment. Leave your opinions about what you think is going on and any insights that you may glean from talking about this stuff. We'd love to hear you. And if you liked our video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share this with a friend, and everyone, until next time, stay spiritual.